Ty Bartell in another edition of Coach's Corner. This time we head down to Columbiana County, home of the Crestview Rebels, with the girls basketball head coach, Mr. Aaron Blatch. Aaron, how we doing today?
Hey, doing good, Ty. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, no problem, man. I always like to start off with the practice question. Practices are now underway. How are things looking? Obviously, I mean, you have volleyball that goes pretty long, but
Mhm.
you have a lot of basketball athletes too that aren't on the volleyball team. So how have practices been looking?
Yeah, I think our girls are off to a really good start. Like everybody, we still have plenty that we need to get in and plenty that we need to get better. Things that we need to get better at. But they've come with a lot of energy. I think they're getting better. The last couple days, I was really happy with yesterday's practice. I thought that uh, probably the most organized that we've looked. Like I think we're starting to understand some concepts and like you mentioned, we just got Emily Downey back from volleyball recently, and we've had some injuries and things, but yesterday we were pretty much able to have the vast majority of our team there healthy and on the court. So things are looking up for us, and I'm excited to keep going.
A lot of big name players from last year too that are coming back, and you guys had a great season, 21-3 last year. Before we move into talking about this season, what were some of your takeaways from last year that you bring into this season?
Well, I last year we were extremely young. I'm really proud of our girls for the success that they were able to achieve. Especially given how young we were. I think that one thing we need to be aware of now is that the expectations are a little bit different. Coming into last season, I don't think we were really quite sure what to expect, and I'm not sure if teams in our league and area were quite sure what to expect from us. I mean, we started two freshmen and we're playing numerous sophomores, big minutes. And so, coming into this year, it's a little bit different. Like, we're certainly not going to sneak up on anybody by any means now. We need to make sure that we're ready to play every night. But, kind of getting that league title last year, finishing second in the district last year, I think just really serves as more motivation for our girls moving forward. Let's see if we can take this thing even further. Let's see how far we can get. So, um, I've been really happy with the off season that our girls have put together. We had a number of girls working really hard with us, working really hard on their own through AAU and training and various avenues. So, I think they're really working to earn the right to have the success that they'd like to have.
You talk about this team this year. Why don't we have a little meet the team segment? Who can we expect to have major impacts for this Rebel squad?
Yeah, we returned two all-state players in Addison Rhodes and Laverne Gaskins. I'm assuming if you'd ask our opponents that probably the scouting reports are probably going to start with those two. Addison is a freshman last year, averaged right around 20 a game. She's a playmaker, a long, athletic, unselfish player. She can make plays for herself. She can set up her teammates. She was second team Ohio and co-county player of the year as a freshman, which are, pretty incredible accomplishments. And then Lavrane's a junior this year, has had an awesome first two seasons. She's a double-double girl just about every night. She's one of the best shot blockers. I would put her up there with just about anybody in the state. And I think from Laverne, you're going to see some things that maybe you haven't seen from her a lot in her first 2 years. She's stepping out in practice, knocking down threes, and she's handling the ball a little bit more. So, I think things are going to start for us with those two. Another girl that got a lot of that earned a lot of attention last year is Ava Busey. Ava had a great freshman season. She's had a little bit of a setback here recently. Underwent knee surgery yesterday, but she's starting that recovery process already, and we're excited to hopefully get her back before too long. And then we're also returning Emily Downey, who is a senior this year, is going to be a 4-year varsity player. Just an outstanding, just has a great ability to just do whatever we need her to do at any moment. Knocked down some huge shots for us last year. Is a good defender, is a good playmaker. And then a few other juniors in Lexi Blower and Meyer Miller, who both had excellent sophomore seasons as well. Lexi, a strong physical presence inside, in the paint, can score, can rebound it. And Meyer, I think, is going to take a big jump this year. She's an excellent shooter. The defense continues to get better. So, that's kind of the core of who we have returning. We're really excited. We've got a freshman point guard in Bree DeCross, that I think is, certainly one of the more talented girls in the area.
You average like one a year with these freshmen.
Yeah, she'd been out, been sick, missed about 4 days earlier in the week, and she's been back with us the last few, and I think we're certainly able to do some things with her out there that we were struggling with a little bit. She's a playmaker, she's unselfish, really pushes the pace well, very good defender. And then we've got several other girls that are going to be right there in the mix. Kerrigan Miller is another freshman girl, has made a really positive impression. Alexa DeCross is back with us as a junior. We're really excited to have her back. Tough defender, smart player. And another freshman girl, Fiatra Bradley, I think at some point this year could put herself in the mix. Super athletic. Has had a really good first week and a half here of practice. So, we're hoping to continue building our depth. We know that we've got a few girls that everybody's going to be scouting and trying to take away, but we feel really good about our ability to score the ball and make plays at multiple positions outside of just Addison and Lorraine too. So I think we have a really nice mix of girls.
I mean, I don't expect you to give away the playbook itself, but what happens to the Crestview playbook now that these girls continue to get some experience? You have Lorraine as a junior, Addison as a sophomore. What happens to that playbook now?
Well, it's nice. Some things from last year will look pretty much the same. Hopefully, just improved versions of what we were already doing, and and some things I think we've been able to expand a little bit. We've been able to add a little bit of complexity to what we want to do offensively, different screening actions and different reads that our girls are making. And again, it's early and we have plenty of room for growth, but I've been happy with some things that we've seen in practice about how well they're picking it up. So, we want to be hard to guard offensively, and we want to have a couple different options defensively and be tough on that end as well.
No doubt you guys are looking for a repeat of a conference crown, but you know as well as I do, this is a conference that's not just going to hand it to you. Talk about the competition inside the conference and what it's going to take for you guys to repeat that.
Well, yeah, our league's very good. It's always good. There's a lot of talent in the league. There's a lot of really strong coaches in the league, and schools with a good girls basketball tradition. So yeah, trust me, we're not taking anything for granted here. I think Champion is going to have a really strong team. They historically very good program. They've given us a lot of trouble over the years. I know last year, you know they were down a bit with some injuries and number issues, but I know they're bringing back a ton of talent. Coach Cole does a great job with them. Garfield, we had a few battles with last year. We're able to kind of edge them out in overtime to win the league late in the year, but they're always good. They definitely have one of the best players in the league, and the other kind of interesting thing this year, like since I've been here and since Crestview has been in the MVAC, there hasn't been a lot of coaching turnover. Well, this year there's 3 new coaches. So it's going to be interesting to see what styles they implement and how that's going to impact those programs as well. So every night's going to be a challenge, and again, it's a little bit different this year. Kind of coming in is the reigning champion that we need to bring it every single night, and I think our girls know that.
You look from the conference schedule to the non-conference schedule, and I mean, there's a lot of NEA teams. And I mean, Poland already won a repeat district finalist almost every year of basketball existed since Blanche has been there. You just talk about this non-conference schedule. How strong do you feel this is going to be able to test your girls before that tournament run?
Yeah, I mean, I think we need to be ready right away. We're opening on the road against Springfield. Springfield obviously was in the Final Four last year. We had a battle with them at our place. I think we beat them by 3 or so a year ago in a really good game. And I know they graduated some kids, but they're still returning a lot of girls that were on the court during, a Final Four game. So, that's going to be a great test for us early on. We have Gerard. Gerard was able to get us last year. That was one of our 2 regular season losses. I know our girls would certainly like to get them back this year. And we picked up Salem, has an outstanding program, a kind of a Columbiana County, you know, bit of a rival, but a team that we haven't played in the last few years. We don't play very many Columbiana County teams. So that's a great opportunity to go play a really good D2. You mentioned Poland. We added Struthers to the schedule. So, we're definitely trying to test ourselves, and we're excited about those challenges.
You talk about this Crestview team and just trying to repeat success from a season ago. I know it takes players, but it also takes a good staff around you. What's the staff look like this year for the Rebels?
Well, I'm extremely lucky to have the staff around me and around our girls that we have. My brother Ethan Blatch has been with us the whole time as we've kind of tried to build up the program. He's done a great job. He's going to be high school assistant this year. He's been kind of working with our middle school mostly the last few seasons. He's back at the high school level. He's going to have a big impact, particularly on our defense. Is going to kind of be his focal point. We have John Gallagher is back for year 2. John's done an awesome job connecting with our girls. He's kind of headed up our JV program this year, and he's brought a lot to the table. We're really excited to add an alumnus to our staff in Donna Finch. Donna graduated our first year at Crestview, was a senior that season. So, she's really done a nice job, and her role's kind of gotten a little bit bigger and bigger as she's gotten kind of reacclimated to the coaching end of things. And then our middle school coaches have also done an excellent job. I was just down right before this, kind of working with our middle school girls a little bit. Dave McKay is our 8th grade coach, teacher in the building. He's coming off, the group that he's coached just had an undefeated 7th grade season, our current 8th grade. And then Cassie Spate is a new hire for us, is going to coach our 7th grade. I think she's, kind of a rising star in the coaching world. I mean, she's done a fantastic job as well. So, it's a strong staff, and I know I'm extremely fortunate to have all those men and women with us in the program.
You need someone grooming those 7th and 8th graders so you could keep
Mhm.
building the next freshman phenom that
Yeah,
you keep shelling out over
absolutely.
there. Coach, final question for you, and it's a running theme I'm doing with all coaches this year. The love of the game is what brings us all to the court each and every season, whether we're on the court, on the sidelines, in the press box, doesn't matter. What's the love of the game? Where did it start for you? Do you have a pinpoint moment, time period that you remember falling in love with the sport?
Man, that's a good question. I was certainly not any kind of natural, like, fantastic athlete or basketball player or anything, but I remember probably around 10 or 11 years old getting really into it. I'd played a little bit growing up, and it was more just kind of something to do the first few years. And I don't know exactly what happened with it, but when I was probably about 11 or so years old, I really just kind of fell in love with it. I know my parents would take us to Cavs games, and we'd watch things on TV and follow the game closely. And I know my dad would, talk to me about some of the history of the game. And, we met Wilt Chamberlain when I was a kid and got his autograph. And my
That's
grandma,
awesome.
my grandma got us like a Hakeem Olajuwon autograph ball, and things like that. It was really just kind of a family thing for us. And you know, I I put, again, it wasn't like I was any kind of a great player, but I put a lot of time and effort, and it's just been a big part of my life. And, it's been great to share that love with our team and with my own children. My kids are really into basketball as well. So that's been fun to coach them a little bit and to see them kind of fall in love with it. So, yeah, I mean, it's something I think it's a great game, and something that has a lot to offer young people.
You talk about the family. We are at YSN love the Crestview family, one of the core 4 of the original YSN family as well. We here at the network are absolutely rooting for the Rebels this year, Coach. We wish you the best of success this season, as I'm sure we'll talk to you again real soon.
Hey, thank you very much, Ty. I appreciate you guys.
Yeah, no doubt. This has been a first edition of Coach's Corner with the Crestview Rebels girls basketball skipper, Mr. Aaron Blatch.